We know you want to hear more of what Andrew and John have to say. Don't worry, we will. But first, let's hear what they got into earlier today on Kincaid and South Tunis.
Our question to start the show, one is how do you think tonight plays out? The other is how this series can change the narrative. I'm hearing John and Sean talk about how that was a legacy-changing series for Joel Embiid and a lot of members of the Sixers because they finally got over the hump of beating Boston. They won Game 7, right? And it was a freaking party. And then they get absolutely obliterated Monday night. And remember, it was Game 1, Round 2. It's not like that win over the Celtics was finally getting over the hump of the second round. So when I heard all this talk about legacy-defining win, as happy as I was, it was still just the first round.
There's no legacy-defining things that are done in first-round series. Now, like we talked about the other day, for Joel Embiid, I felt that it was a cleansing of the timeline of his Game 7 storyline, where he finally has something in a Game 7 to go, oh, well, if you're going to trash him about Game 7s, let's be honest, that Game 7 was a hell of a performance, and it was. I like whatever the guy is going to do to keep everybody on board.
Come on, you like our subs in left field now?
No, I like I like everybody on board. I like the fact that he's going to keep everybody too. Is that if someone is going to be asked
Stubbs in left field, you would have had.
You
would have lost your.
If everybody is being asked to, if everybody's being told, oh, by the way, if I ask someone to bunt, they will bunt.
Now back to the show.
All right, we've been talking about all kinds of stuff today because we have Magic Mattingly and the Phillies. They've won 7 of 8 games since he's taken over. John Kincaid's still celebrating his honeymoon with them. And then the Sixers conversation, I went back and watched the clip. John and Sean, in fairness, were talking about potential legacy changing. But then all I did was search Sixers legacy changing on Google, and right away there's a lot of people, tweets, Instagram posts, blog posts, legacy-changing series for the Sixers. And as much as I would love to just be like, yeah, legacy-changing, it was round 1. Was it great to beat Boston? Hell yeah. Was it great for Joel Embiid coming back from the appendectomy, all the people that call him soft, for him to come back and play as well as he did, not necessarily Game 4, but 5, 6, and 7, and the Sixers to win? Great. I love Joel Embiid. I was thrilled for the guy. But if they go out quickly in this series,
I think it was a little strong. I still think, though, and John and Sean do a great show. They do great. But I thought it was a little strong. Like everybody was all emotional. But I thought it was a little strong, as if Embiid had rewritten the book on himself. And you'd have to go back and listen to the whole thing. And look, I gave out a lot of flowers to Joel Embiid on Monday. Ton. Very much so. I love the fact that he now has one piece of evidence to bring to the Game 7 argument to be able to shut it down. And to me, what I think about the Joel Embiid legacy to me is the 2 most recent playoff memories I have of Joel Embiid are 2 really good series. Yeah. I think the best series that I've seen Joel Embiid play was the Knicks 2 years ago and this one. Like this past one with the Celtics when he came back, and I'm always going to remember what he came back from. So to me, Joel Embiid is sort of cleansing my timeline as far as playoff memories by giving me more positive memories of him, more memories to say, hey, this is a guy who really, look, when he's called on, look what he can do. And he's showing me, which I guess I hoped I had already seen. Yeah. I had always seen all along.
And look, you just need to see more, though.
No, we do see more. A second-round series is necessary. A first-round series does nothing.
Yeah.
Being in the final 8 means a ton for the Flyers. It means everything for this year's Flyers team. It's huge. It doesn't mean anything for the Sixers. You got to win it.
Yeah.
Got to go win.
Yeah. Or at least give me like a legit
7-game series. That'd be great.
Right. Like, because again, they are once again the underdogs in this series. The Knicks are heavy favorites in this series. You just can't go out in 4 or 5 games and all of a sudden, now we're flipping back to the legacy.
Okay, that's very fair. Very fair. No. It's very, very fair.
All right. The other thing that we've got into randomly is the turf war between Newtown and Newtown Square. Is there do we have Bloods and Crips level rivalry between these two towns?
Absolutely. Now they're going to have to tie the bandanas together for the Sixers and Flyers as we continue the postseason.
I like that.
It's just amazing. You are getting flooded with text messages. I'm getting flooded with tweets. I've seen YouTube going back and forth.
I mean, Rodman and I are going back and forth on this, and Rodman, a good Council Rock South guy. I told him I'm old enough to remember when Council Rock was just Council Rock. When I coached Downingtown, it was just Downingtown. Now there's East, there's West.
Hell yeah, man.
You got all these schools. There's
so much procreating going on.
It's unbelievable.
What do we have on the Davis Honda text line? You said mainly about the Sixers. Do we have any Phillies text? Because the Phillies have won 7 of 8. And one of our questions for you is, do you think they're good again? And is this because of Don Mattingly and his Magic Matt? Or is it more so because they just needed a change and Rob Thompson gets fired and now they woke up a little bit?
Yeah, we have about 30% Sixers text. We do have a Phillies text that we'll read in a second. And about the other 68% are all Newtown Spurs. So you guys have started a local war that may never end. But Steve wants to check in, and he says the only reason the Phillies are 7-1 is because they have not faced a left-handed starting pitcher in this stretch. Smoke and mirrors. Dave has to go get 2 right-handed hitters to save the season.
I think that is fantastic.
What year is it?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's
could be
why,
any of the 2020s.
Look, I get it. I said it a million times. Say it again. There needed to be change, and it was Rob Thompson. He was the guy that got changed. It all starts up top. The roster had issues going into last year. The roster's going into the year before that, issues. And this year, we all talk. We complained about this offseason probably more than any other Phillies offseason in recent memory.
There is no 2020 hindsight involved.
No.
None. Absolutely none. So there's nobody can say 2020 hindsight. Nobody can claim any of that.
And I still predict 90 wins.
Yes.
It's just, it all comes down to the same thing. And the same group that's back is the group that's come up small in the playoffs every single year. It almost just feels like at the beginning of the year, they were so tight that they come out and they lose 19 of their first 28 games. That's something needed to change. And that might have been all they needed was that change. But ultimately, to the texter's point, I'm not going to ignore that there's still roster issues, legitimate roster issues. They literally relied on Otto Kemp before the season started, which is embarrassing for a president of baseball operations that's going to go in the Hall of Fame whenever he wants to. That's embarrassing. And before that, it was Weston Wilson.
It was.
And before that, it was Jake Cave. You know what I mean? These guys that just aren't good baseball players. And it's not they're the 25th guy on the bench. No, they want them in the lineup whenever there's a left-handed pitcher on the mound. These platoons, they want these.
There have to be more than 10 right-handed hitters on the planet, right?
I think there are. I think you're onto something, Connor.
Because it certainly feels like there's a deficit when you look at what the Phillies have done.
Yes. I think the Locked On Phillies podcast is in good hands with you.
Oh, yeah, man.
Because
numbers
with that kind of insight, I mean, that is absolutely true. There are more than 10. There are. I just don't understand how you can have I think it's embarrassing that the Phillies have a top 4 payroll in baseball. And this is their roster.
Yeah.
I think it's embarrassing. And we've called it since it started.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
But the winners of the last 8.
They never lose again.
Thanks to Magic Matt.
Hey, don't be moving in on my man.
All right, let's go. We got our 5 best minutes of Adam Schefter here momentarily, but let's go to Xavier from Newtown Square that got this all started because we had the voice memo, and I heard Newtown Square, and that's when I brought up the square part. What's up, Xavier? You got this all started. Thanks,
don't
man.
be saying
What's
Newtown.
Yeah, what's up? You got my fault. I tried to make the voice memo shorter, so I tried to just make it as short as possible. Forgetting there's another Newtown, but I used to live in Yardley. And it's not that far from Newtown.
Well, you escaped.
I'm very familiar with Newtown. You said what?
You escaped. Yes, you did. You got out to Newtown
I escaped.
Square.
I mean, listen, I love Newtown. Newtown Square is the place to be. I like that I could just go 10 minutes up the street, 5 minutes up the street, go to the market. You can't do that in Newtown. Yeah. Everything is so far out. You got Tyler State Park is nice. I don't know if you guys ever been to Tyler State Park.
Yes.
That's in Newtown.
I live in Jersey, bro. I have no association to any of these
Newtown
things.
Newtown, I believe William Penn founded Newtown.
Wow.
I think it's
yeah.
But Newtown Square and Newtown, I mean, it's
How do you
just
come
a
up with the
different
name?
It's two different things.
It's two different things.
It's two different things. I mean, the vibe is completely different.
Correct.
I mean, Newtown is a lot more reserved. It's a lot more, quiet and stuff like that. Things are a lot more basically farther out. And then you got Newtown Square. It's like the city. It's like a smaller little city. It's you got all the restaurants, all the things. Everything is off of Westchester Pike, and it's just nice. I love it there. So I don't want to get it confused. I'm at Newtown Square, not Newtown. So I'm sorry about the Newtown people.
No, good. We got to figure
Newtown Square
it
is
out.
where it's at.
You're the man, Xavier. Enjoy the game tonight. Go Sixers, man.
Cole Hamels will be, chiming. If Cole texts in, he'll be on the Newtown Square team.
So you're from Newtown? Where'd you know? You grew up where?
I grew up in Broomall, which borders Newtown Square, but my church and my church and school.
Because I'm on the notable people's tab of Newtown. John Kincaid not on it.
No, go to Broomall.
Maybe one day.
I'm in the Broomall one. I'm on the Broomall one.
This as a Jersey guy is like trying to describe peace in the Middle East to a gerbil.
I think
have no idea what's going
I'm on the Broomall one.
Yes, John Kincaid, sports talk show host based in Atlanta.
That's how old that page is. There it is. Who else is in Broomall? David. I think I'm right ahead of David Miscavige, founder of Scientology.
He is on there.
Yeah, and the founder of Scientology, also from Broomall.
Yeah,
right in front of me.
How about that? You're the second most famous.
Both cult
host.
leaders in their own right. John, the Church of Anti-Rob Tops.
Yeah, that's another.
Dogmatically, however you'd like to look at it.
That is another one. You're right. All right. Earlier today,
Connor's trouble.
Adam Schefter. Schefter had to join us at 7:30 today. Well, you're going to hear the best 5 minutes of it right now. From ESPN, our man Adam Schefter. Shefty, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. What's going on?
One thing that I would like to start off with, the report that came out that maybe the schedule release might be a little delayed. What have you heard? Because I'm trying to plan my life here, Shefty. So what's going on with the schedule release as we've reached the month of May?
Well, you're not the only one that is trying to plan their life. Everybody's been trying to do that, and everybody's waiting for the NFL to weigh in with exactly what they've decided and where they're going with this particular situation. I think, look, the league was targeting, as it usually does, that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, May 12th, 13th, 14th. And I think the reason we haven't gotten a announcement so far about the date is I think there's another package of games, a 5-game package, that the league is working on selling. And I think that somehow, again, I don't have all the details, but that somehow enters into the delay of why we don't have a specific date yet as to why there's no official schedule release date yet. And everybody's waiting. Like, my month of May, I'm trying to plan my work schedule and I can't do it right now. And I've texted a few people, hey, what do we got? Nothing yet on a date. So again, the more it goes on like this, that I would hope that there's an announcement today that it'll be next week. That's my hope. But the league has left open the idea that if they need to, they would push back to that following week. So that's the situation, and we're just waiting right now.
Shefty, is there any chance that Mike Vrabel takes a year off from being the head coach of the New England Patriots? And if that does indeed happen, does that change the wishes of A.J. Brown?
I would say that right now there are zero plans for Mike Vrabel has zero plans to step down. Patriots don't have any plans for him to step down today. As we've seen in this particular situation, it continues to take twists and turns where you think the story may be subsiding and it's not. And I would say that as long as there are no other flare-ups or revelations or videos or pictures or whatever it may be, as long as there's nothing else, I would fully expect Mike Vrabel to coach next year.
The most recent bit of news for the Eagles was a contract extension, but it was not of a player. It was chief of security, Dom DeSandro. Curious, Shefty, because normally the chief of security is not really talked about much with like any team. He's like a cult hero here in Philadelphia. What have you heard about Dom DeSandro's role with the Eagles that has led to this love between him and the organization? I'm just curious what you've heard about him.
I just think he's somebody in that organization that everybody there has a high degree of trust in, faith in. If you need him, he's there. reliable, there to help people. I think everybody has big doms in their life, but you know that when, if there's an issue, you need help, something's wrong, who do you turn to? You know, certain people you can count on. And I think that Big Dom's one of those guys for that. Like everyone you speak to there, every time his name, they love that guy.
Right.
Every organization has a big Dom, though, correct?
But they're just not so big.
Correct. They're just not on camera all the time, known all the time.
They're not that big physically.
Yes.
And in stature and in scope and everything.
I know the Falcons back in my day in Atlanta, all the years in Atlanta, Arthur Blank and Rich McKay, they had theirs, and it was very anonymous.
Shefty, it wasn't that long ago. It seemed like we were heading toward replacement refs. Apparently conversations have been good in the NFL and the NFL Refs Association.
Well, it sounds like they're going to get this done. They are scheduled to vote, they scheduled a ratification vote for Thursday night. So, if that's formally approved by both sides, the agreement would avoid the need for replacement officials. And obviously the tone surrounding these talks right now is decidedly different than what was going on in February and March. They obviously have figured out and solved their differences. I don't know why it wouldn't be ratified this week. And so it looks like the league has avoided replacement officials for the upcoming season, which is good news for people.
It seems like a quiet off season if you took the New England thing out of it.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. I think that, it was not a great free agent class. It was not a great draft class. There were two down classes. But there are just some free agent classes that are bigger than others, and teams have done a great job of re-signing their talent to dilute free agents moving forward. And the draft this year was not what it would be, what we think it will be next year.
Adam, we appreciate the time.
Adam.
We'll talk to you next week. All right, there's our 5 best minutes of Shefty. You can watch the entire thing on YouTube or listen to it all on 97.5thefanatic.com. All right, John and I were conversing during said conversation. The magic of radio, that was pre-recorded. We already did that one.
That was incredible.
John and I were able to talk during it. We need to call out the Flyers and the Sixers.
What'd they do?
We don't want to call them out.
It's what they haven't done.
What they haven't done.
So I understand that there's always the race to have the best food product, right? Like, oh, look at the Kyle Schwarber, whatever they have, the donut smoothie milkshake thing.
Yes.
Like, I get it. All the teams
Here's the giant Schwarber, the Schwarber sandwich. There's
always the race.
Right.
Now that's mainly a baseball thing. Football, like you go to an Eagles game, like don't even bother getting the food there. Like they got the fries, they got the Italian sausages, they got the cheesesteaks. Go eat in the parking lot.
Yes.
There is a new race for the best drinking cup in sports.
Hockey's going crazy.
Hockey's going nuts. In case you guys didn't see it, the Hurricanes, and we saw it a couple of times whenever they showed the bench, there was a guy behind the Flyers bench drinking out of the skate.
Hockey skate.
They made a cup out of a hockey skate. It was the souvenir cup, and it was awesome. I did not know that other teams have jumped in on this. John?
It's the skate mug. It's the skate mug in Carolina. They have the Tusk mug in the Utah Mammoth.
I mean, that's all. It's a Tusk.
You got the beer saber in Buffalo.
The saber. They get the beer saber. I was showing Andrew that.
Like, that's awesome,
It's
man.
a sword that you've got that you can have that. And so they've got these gimmicks going on all around sports. Have you seen the Detroit Pistons, Connor?
I have not.
The Pistons have the beer or the beverage sneaker.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's a high top Detroit Pistons sneaker.
And respectfully
See-through.
to every player that's ever played in Philadelphia, because I still have a lot of the old, like I have a cup that I drink water out of every once in a while that has Jason Peters and Darren Sproles on it. They've been gone for a long time, man. I would rather have the better shelf life is the Tusk.
Yes.
Better shelf life is the sneaker cup.
And how much fun would like a Cooper or
I love
whoever,
it.
when you bring it home the next day, he's playing with the Tusk. He said that.
Yeah,
how
you give
come
them
we don't
Miller
have
Lite,
one?
You fill it up.
Okay, how come we don't have one?
Yeah, the Sixers and Flyers need to
What
step
should
up.
we have? The Sixers,
Liberty
it's
Bell.
easy. The Sixers, it's easy. They should have the bell.
Yeah, Liberty Bell.
The beer bell. It's perfect. The beer bell. It's perfect. You have it. It's simple. It could even slide on you have a beer bell for that. For the Flyers, I don't know. whether it's the gritty.
Well, so what's the thing? It starts with a G. It's one of the drinking terms.
Well, then it's going to be gritty.
The gritty this. What is it? Like, what do you get at breweries?
It's the. I know what you're talking about. It's the grinder, not the grind.
I forget what it is.
I can't remember.
Like you can get it filled up.
And you keep getting it
you
filled
keep bringing it up. What the hell is that called?
Is it the grueler? Is that what it's
called?
Growler.
Okay, we got the gritty growler.
Gritty growler.
We got a
come on.
between the three of us.
Come on. Jonesy, what have you been doing, Jonesy?
Yeah, these teams need to step up. We do a gritty growler. You sell it for like $29. You know what I mean?
No,
They're going to make.
It's 23. It's 23 for the hockey skate.
Okay.
Filled with a beer. If you buy it just the thing, it's 14 if you just buy the. You can buy it just without the.
Oh, really? You can buy just the cup?
$14.99. You can buy it just without it. But why are you doing that without the beer?
You do a gritty growler.
Look,
do a Sixers bell.
Look, I'm not calling out Keith Jones, but I mean, look, Jonesy. Look, you're the hay's in the barn. Your team's made.
Yeah, we need
you and Danny could have been huddled up on this.
We need to add to the experience.
And look, Elton Brand. Are you kidding me? Come on, Elton.
Not doing anything else.
You and Daryl. The players have been picked for a while now. You guys could have come up with this.
I don't even know what Elton's doing. So Elton should just be in these meetings at this point.
I mean, come on.
Respectfully, I love you.
This should have been done.
EB.
Forget Elton Brand.
We already did it for you.
Branding?
The gritty growler should have been done. It has like the Bavarian cap on it.
Yeah.
And then for the Sixers bell.
You know.
Come on.
Yeah, you could do like the lightsaber for Darth Vladar.
Yeah,
there's a lot of options.
Yeah, but that's a one day.
Can't do the same.
That's a one day giveaway. No, you need something that you can buy anytime.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Come on.
They need to step it up.
Get on it,
bit.
boys.
All right, coming up next, we have Sixers Knicks Game 2. I want to start looking at some of the props for tonight because I've told you 100 times. Tyrese Maxey's over 24.5 has to hit.
Doing it.
It has to. Let's look at some other props next. It's Kincaid and Salchunas here on The Fanatic.
Kincaid and Salchunas, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com. Coming up at 10, Middays with Marks. Now more of Kincaid and Salchunas.
97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic app.
The final hour of Kincaid and Salchunas is presented to you by The Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. You can get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. You need details? Go to Bagster.com.
All right, it's 9:30 here on Kincaid and Salchunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. Sixers, Knicks, Game 2 tonight, 7 o'clock-ish. You can listen live right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Sixers need to even the series tonight for a couple reasons. A, you want them to have a better chance of winning the series. B, I cannot see the flooding of Knicks fans in games 3 and 4 of this series, because if the Knicks are up 2-0, expect that to happen. Expect a lot of those tickets to start going toward Knicks fans, and we don't want to see that again. That would be that wouldn't be fun. We don't want that.
No, we don't want that.
The atmosphere was so great against Boston in Game 6. Like, it's interesting, right? Because I understand people want to make money. That atmosphere looked like it was a place to be. Why wouldn't you want to be there again for another round? Like, if you were there Game 6 against the Celtics and now you're looking to sell your tickets, why? You already have them. They're already in your pocket. Why wouldn't you? Like, I get it. You want money. Or why don't you support the team that you clearly had a great time at? That building looked awesome Game 6. Why wouldn't you want to be there again?
Joel Embiid says he's got you. If you need money, just text Joel. Shoot him a Venmo request. He's got you covered.
I saw our old buddy Mike from Delran do just that. I don't think it was actually Joel Embiid's Venmo, but he did request some money on Venmo from Joel Hans Embiid. All right, Sixers game tonight. So not a great sign, but earlier today, John was telling us that his buddy Joe was giving him crap for taking the Sixers plus 7.5.
Plus the points.
Oh, way to go out on a limb there. Sixers were minus 128 at plus 7.5 earlier, and the Knicks were minus 115 or minus 105 something.
Yeah.
It shifted.
Right.
Knicks to cover is now the favorite at minus 115. Sixers to cover the plus 7.5 is minus 105. So I would imagine a little bit of money is heading toward New York right now.
Seems that way.
So maybe not so soft of a bet for John Kincaid.
Yeah, not too soft.
I would not bet Sixers outright, but I would take the Sixers plus 7.5. I don't think it's going to go the way that it did in Game 1.
Yeah, I'm not thinking that that's what it's going to be. I'm not. Look, the Sixers have earned the benefit of the doubt to me. Bang.
Yeah.
They've deserved it. So that's it.
So what other things are you looking at tonight? I've said it since the start of the show. Tyrese Maxey over 24.5 has to happen. It's not necessarily I'm telling you it's going to happen. It has to happen. For the Sixers to win a basketball game in this series against New York, Tyrese Maxey cannot take one shot in the first quarter. That's up to Nick Nurse to game plan that, which I can't believe I'm saying that. It's also up to Tyrese Maxey to say, give me the freaking ball, because you are a max contract player, Tyrese. And it's time to start holding him to that standard. You know, I do believe, we talked about this earlier, there are people that still look at him as baby Max, right? Like he's young Tyrese.
He's not that young anymore.
He's max contract player. Like, it's time to hold him to that standard. If he plays a bad game, you grill him. Just like you grill Joel Embiid, just like you grill Bryce Harper, just like you grill Kyle Schwarber, just like you grill Jalen Hurts. Like, any high-paid player in Philadelphia that does not perform well in a playoff game deserves to get grilled for it. Tyrese Maxey, I feel like sometimes doesn't, because we love him. And I get it, because he's not Joel Embiid, and that's sometimes a thing. Like Kyle Schwarber. People don't want to point out that he's been bad in the playoffs the last couple of years.
Terrible. No, he's been horrendous in the playoffs.
But we love Kyle Schwarber so much that you'll start looking at, all right, who can I blame first before Kyle Schwarber? It could just be blame everybody. For some reason, when Tyrese Maxey doesn't have good games, it's because Embiid slows it down, or because of this, or because of that. Paul George's fault. Daryl Morey shouldn't have traded Jared McCain, like all these things. It's okay to point out when Maxey's not playing well.
It is.
I think he plays very well tonight, and he has to. So I am taking Maxey's over 24.5 points and his over 2.5 threes.
Correct. I like that. I'm gonna add that to my mix here.
Okay.
How about if you're thinking about it here? How about assist with Joel Embiid tonight?
I have that on my
because
parlay.
I have it on mine too.
4.5.
Yes, that's easy.
And he's been a great facilitator.
Easy. His facilitation has been fantastic. So yes, there you go, right there. So that has to be added.
I will give you another one that I like, especially when, not if, when Maxey gets going, especially when he's driving the lane, defenses collapse. That means there's an open shooter, and VJ Edgecombe has not been hesitant to shoot the three ball. His over-under in threes is just 1.5. I could see VJ Edgecombe hitting 2 threes in a basketball game. He hit 2 last game. He hit 5 in Game 7 against the Celtics. Only 1 in Game 6, but he had 3 in Game 5. I know he had the 0 for nights, but VJ Edgecombe 2 threes, I could see happening.
It's almost kind of wild where a lot of the Sixers props are on threes. Paul George's over is 2.5. He's been shooting a lot and been shooting really well in the postseason. Like, they're going to get opportunities. Kelly Oubre's only 1.5. He's shot a lot. He hasn't made a lot of threes, but he's been good in the regular season. I think that's a place where you can make some money in this game.
I'm looking at one Oubre prop that I really like.
Okay, what is it?
And it's
Do you look at him? Do you look at him though as a? Is he like the biggest wild card when you're betting?
Could be
roster?
Yeah, because he could explode for points, or he could do
Correct.
literally nothing. But I am going to give you nothing to do with points.
Okay, whoa.
His rebounds are 5.5. What did we talk about needing to happen after Game 1?
Somebody hurt Josh's heart. No,
I'm not saying hurt.
And you're just
Connor
joking.
Thomas said it.
kidding.
Just
Connor Thomas
joking.
said it.
I'm kidding. I actually like Josh
No,
Hart. I just don't like playing
We
against him.
admire the hell out of him.
Somebody needs to be the box that guy out and beat him to the basketball.
Yes.
It's not going to be Embiid. That's not going to be Maxey's job tonight. I'm not asking necessarily VJ Edgecombe to do it. I need Kelly Oubre to be the where's Josh Hart guy. When I'm kind of serious, it's not a thing. When we talked about the box and one thing yesterday, like, can we do a reverse box and one where Kelly Oubre's like not a part of the offense? He's just trying to stop Josh Hart. I'm kind of serious. Like, the Knicks can't get rebound after rebound after rebound. Kelly Oubre's over-under is 5.5. It's a perfect number because he's been 5'5", 9'6", 4'6", 5'7", 3'5" over his last 10 games. He's right. He's averaging that 5.
Yeah, he's been right there.
It's a tight number, but if I'm not asking him to be a contributor offensively and in terms of a scoring standpoint, I need that man to grab boards. I'm throwing that one in there too.
I won't go. I'm not going to put him on there.
Okay.
I'm not going to, and maybe I should, but I'm not putting him on there.
So I have a same game parlay cooked up right now. Maxi's over in points and threes. Edgecomb's over in threes. Embiid's over in assists. Oubre's over in rebounds. I threw Paul George in there because you made a good point, Connor. He's been shooting the three very well. And I have the Sixers plus 7.5. I'm not going money line. I'm not going outright. Just Sixers plus 7.5. $10 wins you $307.
All right. Hey, why not?
If you want to take the 7.5 out, if you just don't like that, $10 wins you $235. Still a nice payout.
That's a nice payout.
But I want the Sixers to cover because I want the Sixers to be in this basketball game, and I want the Sixers to win.
I have a sicko Galaxy Brain edition. Maybe this is something off to the side. And I don't know what side of this I'm on. Mitchell Robinson's over-under is 4.5 points-wise. Now, it's a weird strategy because I don't know if he's playable in this series. He's so important to them defensively, and the Sixers did the hack-a-Mitch.
Yeah, he's playable if he's hitting his free throws. So they tried this earlier in the year, and he made all his free throws. And so if he makes 5 free throws, the over hits.
Yeah, that's a tough thing. But if he misses the first 2, do they yank him and do they immediately foul him again? And then he could never get to that over. If you're feeling something at the free throw line, maybe take a look at that.
Here's what's going to happen. It's going to depend on how Cat is playing against Embiid. If Embiid's cooking Karl Anthony Towns, maybe you see more Mitchell Robinson. Because I don't even know who that other guy was that they played at one point.
He doesn't play at all.
Because remember, Mitchell Robinson and Cat picked up like 2 or 3 early fouls, so they played this guy that nobody's ever heard of. I don't think that guy's going to play much.
Yeah, they have one other 7-footer outside of them, and he's a nobody. All due respect.
Yes, exactly. With all due respect. All right.
With all due respect.
I said with all due respect.
Yeah, so you can say whatever
you know what that
you can
is.
say whatever you want. That's the rule.
And when you say that.
No, it's the rule. You can say whatever you want once you say with all due respect.
Yeah.
All right, what do we have on the Davis Honda text line? Feel the Davis difference. You can check them out in Burlington.
So this texter checks in, Steve in Thorndale, who says, need this dub tonight for the Sixers. Need it, in all caps. My mental state depends on it, and it starts on defense.
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
It also starts with Tyrese Maxey being involved. That's where I'm going first. I'm not even focusing defense yet. Like, it starts with Maxey. Like, you can't have a first quarter where he takes one shot. But defense is much more important this time because they had way too many open looks. We could talk about how they didn't miss. They also didn't miss open looks. You can't let the opposing team have a lot of open looks. No. Karl Anthony Towns hovering at the top of the key by himself. I don't understand. I don't
understand. I just didn't understand the strategy.
Yeah, there was a lot that I did not
agree with. To me, it just seemed really, really weird.
Yeah.
It just seemed weird.
Yeah, I don't agree with it. All right, coming up next, we'll see what the people are thinking, Johnny. Poll's been standing strong, as it always does, thanks to Dr. Allen Pell and Iron Mountain Men's Health. Where are we at with the Sixers going into Game 2? It seems like the confidence is still there, Johnny, which is a good sign because it wasn't there last round. It's Kincaid and Sal Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Kincaid and Sal Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com. This is Kincaid and Sal Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Ooh, we got a nice little tip. We have a pair of tickets to give away tomorrow morning for tomorrow night's Flyers game. Horn me up. Look, just because they're down 2-0 doesn't mean I'm not horned up. Let's go Flyers, man. They got to bounce back. Let's go. They played really well in Game 2.
I'm hanging out with Dr. Avedon at Pell at 10 o'clock. Don't be too loud when you're saying that. That is awesome tomorrow.
Good care of you.
That is awesome. Tomorrow on the show. So, boys, what do? We can't do what we've done before, so we got to do something different. What about a voice memo thing's good, right?
Yes, because we want to
hear voice memos, so that way people participate.
People.
And then everybody has the time we're giving people a little homework. So for tomorrow, so we don't want anybody to submit anything before tomorrow's show, so you could work on it. How about a poem? Anything you want.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
It could be a poem.
Got to stand on the desk.
How about it could be a Kincaid and Sal Tunis poem? It could be a Love of the Flyers poem. It could be the most highly entertaining poem.
I like that.
And it cannot be longer than, let's say, the poem cannot be longer than what do we want to go, 15 or 20 seconds?
Let's go 20 seconds.
20 seconds is the limit. If you go 21 seconds, it's eliminated.
Wow. Done. You do not get to go. We call the Flyers, and they won't sell you.
We actually call the cops, and you get arrested.
All right, so that's what it would be. No, what are we living in Newtown? Come on now.
No, but actually 20 seconds or under is the only way to qualify.
20 seconds or under is the only way to qualify.
So start thinking of them.
Write a poem. Now, the poem can be, it's a creative poem contest. Now, obviously, it's a Flyers Game 3 where we're trying to get fired up for the Flyers. But if you incorporate some of the knowledge of the Kincaid and Salchunas show.
Extra credit if it's a love poem from Connor Thomas to Otto Kemp.
It's got nothing to do with the
now
Flyers.
Somebody could, but no. But it's the show.
It's the show.
So someone can get creative if they incorporate elements of the show into a Flyers. I want to go to the game type of thing. I think it would be funny.
Oh, Magic Mattingly.
There's so many things you can do. You have homework tonight, but do not submit them till tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, voice memos once the show starts.
Voice memos tomorrow.
So pair of Flyers tickets up for grabs tomorrow morning. And remember, Ant Sanfilippo joined us yesterday. He believes Tippett will be back. So
that's excellent.
That's good, man. That's good. All right. By the way, you guys pouring one out for Kim Kardashian. She's deciding she's going to take a break from her law degree that she's going after.
How long is that law degree taking?
Just popped on my timeline. She's taking a step aside.
How long is it taking? It's like JFK Jr., God rest his soul. Would it take like 4 times to pass the bar? I mean, how long does it take?
She's not going to try again until 2027. She's doing a lockout year. So she's
like seriously.
Kim K, guys. She will not be able to save you in case you get into trouble.
Okay, real quick.
She'll get there eventually.
What do you think about now? And I know nobody will be listening that has this, that is listening to this. What do you think about the college kid that graduates college this year that says, I'm going to take a gap year before I go work for a living?
Hell yeah.
And mom and dad are paying for it.
If mom and dad are paying for it, take it.
What are mom and dad doing?
I don't know what mom and dad are doing.
No, what are mom and dad doing?
But if I'm a 22-year-old kid, hell yeah, I'm taking that.
Yeah, man, that's some of the best
what
time
are
of
mom and
someone's
dad
life.
doing?
I don't know.
Giving their kid the experience of a lifetime.
What's the experience of a lifetime?
Whatever the kid wants. Europe, I don't know.
If they got the money, God bless. That's awesome. Sorry, Coop, you're not getting that.
Exactly. No, but I mean, like, but what are you actually giving?
Dad picked the real wrong industry.
What did you do at 22 that was so important? We're all idiots. And you're going to be probably for the next decade if you're like us.
I was producing Phil from Mount Airy. I was doing some big things when I was 22 years old, all right?
Yeah,
I can just imagine the job interview. It's not a gap year if you're just taking off to go party. That's not a gap year.
Life experience, Johnny.
Life experience.
You know what I would say? I would say.
By the way,
industry that'd be perfect for if you're trying to get into culinary arts and you get to like travel Europe and experience different foods.
My child has multiple friends who have parents that are going to fund this. College graduation, then take a year off before you go work for a living.
What's wrong with that?
Oh my gosh,
work's overrated.
My God, I said, darling. No, that mommy and daddy would not have signed up for that.
I saw a great post a couple of weeks ago about what if you did the reverse retirement. You live your life in your 20s.
And then you work?
And then, like, when you're 80, you're still working.
Well, believe me, there's many people that do. Like tonight we get a 7 o'clock start. By the way, can we thank the basketball gods for the 7 o'clock start tonight?
Thank God. Man.
We will be... everybody should be able to be in bed by 10.
Yeah, reasonable.
After the Sixers win, you can get a good night's sleep, put your head in the pillow, and say, man, Tyrese went off. Man, he went off.
Yeah.
Now,
and
tomorrow
if
night.
not, I'm taking a gap day tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, we got to wait till 8 for the Flyers.
Yeah, it's a late.
Flyers at 8. Which is crazy town.
Late puck drop.
6 or 7 on Friday.
And then 3:30 Sunday on Mother's Day.
3:30 and 6 o'clock for the Flyers on Saturday.
Hopefully it's a better Sixers Mother's Day this time around. All right, Connor, what's the poll of the day saying? Because pretty much all show long, people have been confident about the Sixers game tonight. 7 o'clock here on the Fanatic. Poll of the day brought to us by Dr. Avidan Appel. What's going on?
Yeah, so we have a check-in on where your bets are going tonight if you are so inclined. Over 200 votes on this one. 56% of our responders are saying the Sixers win tonight outright. 24% are saying the Knicks win and cover the 7.5 they're giving. The Sixers lose and cover the 7.5. So a close game, but Sixers come up short.
I'm surprised
only at 20%.
That's the least amount of votes because I believe if we're doing likelihood, all right, and I hate to say it, if we're doing likelihood, it's they lose, but the Sixers cover the plus 7.5. I think it's more likely than the Knicks blowing out the Sixers.
Yeah,
not
that's more
not
likely.
That 8 points is a blowout, but
no, 8 points is 8 points is not a close game.
I mean, if it's free throws at the end or something.
If it's a 3-point game that becomes 8.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost money to vote on the Twitter poll last time I checked. So I think people who would bet the Sixers are just saying, screw it, I'll vote for the money line. I'll support the team.
I couldn't. I have not had the guts to place a money line bet yet. I have not.
Yeah.
I haven't felt it yet.
I mean, you could put a bit down because that's what you want, but I would put more down on the plus 7.5.
And that's already done.
Money line. But look, I feel good about the Sixers tonight. It's just, how's the ball falling at the end? It's not going to be game one. Game one is not going to happen again.
Game one will not happen again. And if they give us game one, I'm going to tell you, and it won't be bad on my part, I'm going to sort of feel like same old Sixers.
Yeah, and you got to hope that that's not the case.
No, that's what I'm. No, I don't expect it to be the case because I think they've given me enough evidence to say they're not the same old Sixers. So I'm not expecting it to happen tonight. Expecting we're going to have a good Thursday night.
They win by 5 tonight.
They win by 5.
Yes. It's not going to be comfortable, but it's going to be a victory.
Sorry, our YouTube audio apparently went out, so that's why I'm just making it. Because they're trying to read our lips of what we're saying. John Kincaid said, bet your house on the Sixers.
No, I did not.
He said, take the Sixers minus 15.5.
Gosh, Connor, I wish what's funny is I wish I had your confidence tonight. I don't. I did bet the points, but I don't have your confidence there.
Money line coming back 1-1.
I'd love to think the way you do tonight. I'm just not.
Sixers,
I'm not feeling it. Go Sixers, yes. Go Sixers.
Tyrese Maxey's in the 30s tonight. Over under 24.5. He's in the 30s.
That I think I can believe.
I feel very good about that. All right, everybody have a great rest of your day. We got Middays with Marks coming your way next. Johnny Marks and Sean Brace and Ray Dunn. Don't forget on Friday they'll be at the Aronimink Golf Club. Your chance to check them out there. John Kincaid will be perusing around.
Oh, I'm definitely going to buy some because it's not in Newtown. So
that's right. That's right. But that's not until Friday.
Be great.
All right,
we got tickets tomorrow. Have your
Flyers tickets
ready.
tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be hopefully a very fun day because we will have the Flyers tickets to give away. And if we could couple that with reaction to a Sixers victory, that would be a lot of fun. So everybody have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Middays with Marks comes your way next here on 97.5 The Fanatic.